Hello and welcome. This video will walk you through how to set up and configure item taxes and deposits, as well as delivery fees for your items, and creating tax categories, routes, and regions for your customers. This is a new addition to LaDepot, which lets you create and manage sugar and alcohol taxes, bottle deposits, and automate delivery fees. So the first thing you need to do is on your LaDepot portal, starting from home, you need to make sure that the feature is activated. So to do this, you go to Tools, you go to Settings, and then to Sales Orders. In the Automation section, make sure that the Calculate and Apply Item Taxes or Deposits to Sales Order box is checked. That is the first thing we need to do. An important thing when using these item taxes or deposits is that your customer has to have their state in which they're located populated in their address in the format of 2 uppercase letters. For example, CA for California or NY for New York. Now, let's walk through the steps on how to create a deposit item, such as a bottle deposit for plastic bottles. To create a deposit such as a bottle deposit, a tax such as a sugar tax, or any fee, we need to create a new non-catalog item in our item manager. So let's do that. Let's head over to the item management tabs. In items, we will select add item. We'll call it CA deposit. And in the description, we'll just put in California bottle deposit, 10 cents. Now heading over to the Options tab, we will make sure that the active box is checked and that the non-catalog item box is checked. For our specific purposes, since it's a bottle deposit, we don't check the is a percent box because it is a set price of 10 cents, which we will configure in just a second. Press OK. Our next step is to configure the items that will have this bottle deposit applied to them. For this example, we will use Coca-Cola bottles. Our Coca-Cola item in LaDepot is set up to be sold by the case, which is our base unit. Because of this, it is important to enter the number of items, in this case bottles, in the base unit. Since there are 20 bottles in our base unit, so we put in 20 in the items per base unit count box. The bottle deposit quantity will be calculated using this number. So for example, if someone orders 2 cases of Coca-Cola, the system calculates a total of 40 bottles and a total bottle deposit of $4. And if for any reason the number of bottles is modified, the system will automatically recalculate the correct amount. Now let's hit OK. Our final step is to create a deposit type inside the Taxes and Deposit Manager. So to do this, we navigate over to the Item Management tab, head to the Item Taxes and Deposits in the drop-down menu, and click Add. Now we get to add a deposit. We'll name it Bottle Deposit CA. We can add a description. I'll just put my description to be bottle deposit 10 cents, California. In the tax/deposit type, in the drop-down menu, we have bottle deposit, alcohol tax, sugar tax, or delivery fee. Since it's a bottle deposit, we will just select bottle deposit, and we will enter our deposit amount of 10 cents. in tax/deposit item, we choose our non-catalog deposit item that we just created. Our CA deposit, CA bottle deposit, 10 cents. Now this is important. We have to apply it to the correct state and write the state in the correct format, which will be the 2 capital letters abbreviation of the state. In this example, we're abbreviating for the state of California, which would be CA. If we were abbreviating for the state of New York, it would be NY, all capital. It is important to have the state populated correctly because it is what is going to match your customer's location to the state bottle deposits. We are going to click the active box, and since it's a bottle deposit, we don't need to apply it to the entire order. In the case of, say, a delivery fee or maybe a tax, that would get applied to the entire order. And now we hit OK, and there it shows up on our item taxes and deposits manager. Now, what we need to do is to add items that will have this bottle deposit applied to them. So selecting it, we need to click add to list, and then we can add to the bottle deposit list whatever items we need that have the bottle deposit applied to them. So for example, we can add our, search by name, Coca-Cola. Search. We will add our Coca-Cola item. And now our Coca-Cola has the California bottle deposit applied to it. And you can add as many items as you want that have the deposit applied to it. And that is how we set up bottle deposits in LaDepot. Now, as you see, I have 2 other items in my item taxes and deposit manager, a delivery fee and a sugar tax. To create these items, the same principles apply. We need to create a non-category item in LaDepot, add it to the item taxes and deposit manager, and add items that are applicable to it. After creating a non-category, non-catalog item in our item manager, I added it to the item taxes and deposit manager the same way we did our bottle deposit. Now the configurations are a little different for sugar tax, but still similar. In the dropdown, we choose sugar tax instead of bottle deposit. We enter our total tax amount. We chose our tax item, and we entered the state in which this tax is applicable in. I made sure it's active, and I hit OK. We need to add items to the bottle deposit. We need to add items to the sugar tax as well. As you can see, our Coca-Cola bottles were already added, but if I were to add any more, I would just hit the Add to List button and choose from your items in LaDepot. Now our Coca-Cola bottles will have the sugar tax applied to them as well as the bottle deposit. Now when we create a delivery fee item, the steps vary slightly. Again, we need to create another non-catalog item. We will hit Add Item and create a delivery fee. Our item name will be Delivery Fee New York. And enter a description. In our options, make sure we hit non-catalog item and hit OK. Now, after we've created a non-catalog item, we go back to the item taxes and deposits and add an item. You will call it delivery fee New York. Description of delivery fee. After entering our description, we will choose our item, which was the one we just created. And then we will enter our fee amount. We will enter our fee to be $50. Now we can apply this fee to any state we'd like, or any route we'd like, or any region we'd like. But since it's a delivery fee New York, for our purposes, let's just put in New York. And since it's a delivery fee, make sure to apply it to the entire order, checking that box. And we hit OK. You can create tax categories, routes, and regions and assign them to customers to better assign your item taxes and deposits to them. And we can all create these criteria in settings. And to do that, we go up to the Tools tab, down to Settings, over here on the Tables tab, and then we click the drop-down menu and choose whichever one we want. For example, we have a delivery route. We want to add a delivery route, say the north route. We now have a north route that we can add to certain customers. Say we have customer A and customer B on the north route, we can add that value to them. We could also add a tax category to certain customers. So if we want to add tax category value E, that's a category we can add to our customers. Now that we have these new categories, such as the tax category and a route, we can assign them to any of the customers that we have. Going up to our customers, we can edit our customers here. We will click on our customer, hit edit, and here we can see all the parameters that we have added to our customer. You can add D. We can add any region that we'd like. And heading over to the address tab, we can change the delivery route from north to south or any route that you've added. And you can add this route to any delivery route that you've added in your delivery fees. You can see that the customer state. You can also remove the fees, taxes, or deposits from any existing orders just by navigating over to sales orders in the sales/picking, sales orders. And then in the comment sections, we will write these following. For no fees, it will remove the applied delivery fee. If we write no tax, it will remove any taxes. And if we write no deposit, it will remove any bottle deposits applied to this order. To remove all three of them, we need to write all three. And then we need to save the order on the top right. If you want to reverse that, we just edit and delete the code from the comments. And remember to save it again. And that is a quick overview on taxes, deposits, and fees in Law Depot. Thank you for watching and hope this helps.